Missouri advances their new bill overnight. Abortion showdown. Missouri's bill bans abortions after 8 weeks of pregnancy as protests grow over that Alabama ban. The governor has signed the most restrictive law in the nation, a direct challenge to Roe v. Wade.
Also this morning, President Trump's immigration overhaul. The new plan about to be revealed as the military prepares to build tent cities across the border.
Shocking chopper crash. The investigation now underway. A tourist helicopter going down in the Hudson, and how the pilot survived with just a scratch.
Amazing rescue. A 22-month-old found alive in the woods days after disappearing. The little boy cold, wet, and dehydrated. The cry that led rescuers to his side. Now those heroes are joining us first on GMA.
Britney's battle. Why the pop star's manager is now saying she may never perform again.
And get ready for an incredible school surprise. This is what happens when Good Morning America comes to your town. These amazing students on a mission to change the world.
Empowering every girl every day.
They have no idea what we have in store for them. And wait until you see the superstar celebrity we're teaming up with to give them the surprise of their lives. Right here on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. It's great to have you with us here on this Thursday morning. It's great to have Amy here at the desk with us. And Robin, she's in Atlanta for that very big surprise. Hey, Robin, good morning.
Good morning. I am in Atlanta, GA. I'm at the Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy. So many amazing, incredible students here. They have no idea what or who's coming to celebrate them, and we will all morning long. I cannot wait for this, guys.
And we can't wait for it either. They are going to be so excited down there in Atlanta. We have some news to get to at the top, though. That breaking news overnight in the battle over abortion. Missouri, the latest state to advance a ban. Their Senate passed a bill to restrict abortions after 8 weeks. Alabama's governor signed their near total ban overnight. ABC's Steve Osunsami is in Montgomery with the latest. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, George. There are 3 remaining abortion providers here in Alabama, and one of them tells us that they had their lawsuits ready to file the minute the governor here signed this law. The battle here and in other states debating this is far from over. Early this morning, just after 4 a.m., sleepless lawmakers in Missouri became the latest to take their swing at abortion.
The time of choice is the time of conception, not after conception.
Senators here have agreed to ban most abortions after 8 weeks, even if the pregnancy was caused by rape or incest. Conservatives control the House, which is expected to agree, and the governor is promising to sign it into law.
As other states like New York and Virginia venture further away from the American ideal to protect and uphold the right to life, I am honored to lead a state standing here today with many of my colleagues and with so many others who are committed to standing up for those without a voice.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back.
The debate over abortion took a sharp turn with this signature. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey seen here signing a bill that effectively outlaws abortion statewide.
All human life is precious.
If it holds up in court, the new law would make it a felony for doctors in the state to perform abortions in all cases, including rape or incest, at any stage of pregnancy. The only exception, if there's a serious health risk to the mother. The new law, the strictest in the country, could go into effect in 6 months. It doesn't punish women, it targets their doctors, who could face 99 years in prison for performing an abortion.
I apologize to the women of Alabama for this archaic law that we passed.
One of the sponsors is this state lawmaker who says their intent is to get this issue before the U.S. Supreme Court and overturn Roe v. Wade, the law that legalized abortion in this country.
No law is constitutional until the Supreme Court actually revisits Roe versus Wade.
The current political balance of the court has anti-abortion forces liking their chances.
Reversing Roe isn't the scary boogeyman that the other side tries to claim.
The response came instantly. The hashtag #YouKnowMe, launched by actress Busy Phillips, is trending on social media, asking women to share their experiences with abortion.
Who are you to make that decision? That decision is between me, my doctor, my family, my friends. But it's my decision. It's not yours.
It is no accident that many of these states are taking this action now. Some say that after the president appointed his last Supreme Court justice, it was a sign for anti-abortion activists to make this move. George?
Boy, what a showdown that is coming. Okay, Steve, thanks very much. We're going to go to the White House now, where President Trump is set to unveil a new immigration proposal in the Rose Garden this afternoon. It's aimed at allowing more high-skilled workers into the United States, restricting immigration based on family ties. Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, here with the details. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George. Good morning to you. So this is a plan that was drafted by Jared Kushner with the help of President Trump. We're told it focuses on what they're calling merit-based immigration. And really what it would do is change the makeup of the type of person, the type of immigrant allowed to illegally come into this country. So let me show you how this would work. They're using what they're calling a point-based system. It favors highly skilled, as you said, educated, English-speaking workers over people with family who are already in the country. Those are the type of people who are mostly allowed to come in legally now. It uses what they're calling patriotic assimilation. This prioritizes immigrants who show interest in incorporating American culture into their lives. And it does not address the fate of those 2 million dreamers, those undocumented immigrants who came into the country illegally as children. It also would create a push for more border wall. But, you know, George, even people close to the president concede to us that this is something that the Democrats are not going to be on board with. So they already don't have bipartisan
support. Those are a couple poison pills there for Democrats, the wall
Dreamers.
and not addressing the dreamers. But a lot of anti-immigration advocates aren't happy with this either.
Exactly. These hardliners say that this plan doesn't do anything to address the total number of immigrants already and coming into the country. They want to see lower legal immigration across the board. Lindsey Graham told our team yesterday that this is a broad message to unify the party. He says this is a plan that is never going to become law. We're told that we can expect to hear a lot more of this from President Trump. This is essentially, he's laying the groundwork for his re-election campaign. This is going to be a huge part of that. But you know this, Congress hasn't passed bipartisan immigration reform in 3 decades. Presidents George W. Bush, Presidents Obama, they both tried and failed. So
and this one isn't going to do it either, kind of the definition of dead on arrival.
Seems DOA.
Thank you very much, Cecilia.
All right, George, this comes as the U.S. faces rising tensions with Iran. Questioned this morning about how serious the threat is after the State Department ordered all non-essential personnel to leave the embassy in Iraq. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, is in Washington with the latest. Good morning to you, Martha.
Leadership will be briefed later today on the intelligence that led to the call to evacuate personnel from that heavily fortified embassy. Members of Congress from both sides demanding more information. What we do know this morning is that the initial intelligence that caused the U.S. military to send warships and bombers to the region came from images taken in Iran's port of Chabahar on the Sea of Oman. An official says missiles were seen on small Iranian boats that it was feared could be fired at U.S. vessels. Instead, said a senior official, Iranian operatives placed small explosive devices on the hulls of 4 oil tankers to send a message to the U.S. about sanctions. This morning, Iran's foreign minister saying the escalating sanctions are unacceptable. And an aide to Iran's president taunting President Trump on Twitter, saying if you lose 2020, partly because every decent working American has to pay an arm and a leg for a tank of gas at the pumps in an election year, don't blame us. George?
Okay, Martha Raddatz, thank you very much. We have one more political note. Democratic field just got a little bit bigger. Moments ago, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio became the 23rd candidate to enter the White House race with this pitch.
As president, I will take on the wealthy. I will take on the big corporations. I will not rest until this government serves working people. As mayor of the largest city in America, I've done just that.
And Mayor de Blasio will be here live in our next hour for his first interview as a candidate. Amy?
Looking forward to that, George. In the meantime, though, dangerous weather stretching all the way from the West Coast to the Midwest, bringing hail, heavy rain, and more. Ginger, of course, tracking all the latest for us. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Amy. We're already seeing this front sink south in the northern plains. This video from Hazleton, North Dakota, they had tennis ball-sized hail. And in Arkansas, it was this, near Jonesboro. Hail there from a little disturbance. The jet stream is very active, and that's what we're concerned with here. Today, Chicago is in it, down to nearly Indianapolis, back through northern Iowa and North Dakota, or Nebraska, I'm sorry. Watch that low, though, the one that dropped more than 5 inches of rain in Sonoma County. And you're going to see 2 areas peak up. And this is actual serious severe weather that we're really watching for, not just tomorrow, Friday afternoon and evening for tornadoes, hail and damaging winds, but Saturday it moves east. So this is one that storm chasers are getting ready for. You know that when they start prepping, we've got to watch out. Michael?
All right, thank you, Ginger. And now to a deadly shooting in Wisconsin. A firefighter killed and multiple people injured while emergency crews were responding to a medical call. ABC's Alex Perez has the story. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Michael. Still a lot of unanswered questions. Authorities were trying to help someone when suddenly chaos breaks out and they're being fired upon.
Shots fired. Firefighter down.
Overnight, a medical call turned deadly.
One male and one female is down. Gunshot wound to the head and to the thigh.
It was something unrelated, and then it evolved into an active shooting.
Multiple people injured and a firefighter dead after a shooting erupted at this Wisconsin transit center.
I saw the guy shoot a female, and she went down, and another shot was fired, and then there was another male, and he went down, and then I saw the shooter flee.
Emergency crews initially responding to an unrelated medical call, the incident quickly escalating into gunfire while medics administered treatment.
All of a sudden, we hear a bunch of gunshots. I see a bunch of cops, maybe 4 or 5, crouching behind a car. On the scanner, I hear them saying, "We need a shield, we need a shield."
A police officer among the 4 shot, and a firefighter, a 14-year veteran, killed in the line of duty.
It was a very quick scene. It was things that we had to get people to the hospital quickly.
A witness capturing police handcuffing a man on the ground, though officials have not yet confirmed that anyone is in custody. Now, what exactly triggered or motivated the shooting remains unclear, but authorities say at this point they do not believe there is any threat to the general public. George?
Thank goodness for that. Okay, Alex, thanks very much. Now to a helicopter crash here in New York City. A witness captured the moment when the copter hit the water. You see it happening right there. The solo pilot survived. And ABC's Gio Benitez is on the scene in the Hudson River with the story. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, that chopper crashed right here just moments after takeoff. And now this morning, investigators at the NTSB are asking that question, why? It's the terrifying video you can't take your eyes off of. A chopper spinning out of control, breaking into pieces, then plunging into the Hudson River in New York City.
Holy helicopter just crashed.
The sightseeing chopper had just taken off after refueling on the way to pick up passengers.
We were looking out on the water, and then all of a sudden we saw this splash, and we looked out and there was a helicopter.
The helicopter's flotation devices deployed, but with the blades cutting through the water, the chopper flipped over.
We see the helicopter, and at first maybe I thought it was a stunt because it was starting to wobble a little bit, and then it started to become a little bit more suspicious, and the next thing you know, it disappeared.
Incredibly, the 34-year-old pilot on board survived with just a cut on his hand, narrowly escaping death. He stood on one of the flotation devices until a passing ferry boat picked him up.
I called out to him, he said okay, and he came right up the ladder.
This comes a year after another high-profile chopper crash in New York's East River, killing 5. And back here along the Hudson River, we can tell you that that ferry captain, the one who rescued the pilot, well, he says that this is actually his second rescue in a decade, so thank goodness he was out there, Amy.
Oh, certainly, Gio. Glad everyone's okay. Thank you. Well, now to new fallout from the college admissions scandal. Georgetown University expelling 2 students, and now one of them is suing the school, trying to keep his spot and his credits. ABC's Whit Johnson is here with more on that. Good morning, Whit.
Good morning to you. That student is actually now fighting back. Adam Sempravivo, a would-be senior at the school, claims he was expelled after his father, Steve Sempravivo, an LA business executive, pleaded guilty earlier this month to paying $400,000 to falsify his son's application. Now, that payment allegedly going to mastermind Rick Singer, who in turn paid Georgetown tennis coach Gordon Ernst to designate Sempravivo as a tennis recruit, even though he never played the sport competitively. The suit claims the 21-year-old's expulsion and the school's refusal to let him transfer his credits to another college deprives him of his due process, and that the son had no knowledge of his father's payment or agreement with Singer to be accepted to Georgetown. But according to the indictment, Adam Sempravivo appeared to be in direct contact with Singer and Ernst, even sending the former tennis coach an email drafted by Singer saying in part, "I am looking forward to having a chance to play for you," Amy.
So what is Georgetown University saying about his expulsion?
And that's the thing. Georgetown is responding, saying basically that knowingly misrepresenting or falsifying credentials as part of an application can be cause for dismissal. But it's important to point out that Sempravivo and the other students involved in this scandal have not been charged yet.
Have they explained the email at all?
That's the thing. And that's the thing about all of these cases. How much did the kids actually know? This was an email that was drafted by Singer. The Sempravivo was told to send it through. Did he actually look at it? Did he read it? The university is basically saying it doesn't matter.
Wow. All right, well, thank you.
All right, yeah, thank you. And now to the NBA playoffs. The Eastern Conference Finals tipping off last night with the Milwaukee Bucks taking Game 1 against the Toronto Raptors. And out west, all eyes on the sibling showdown between Steph and his brother Seth Curry as the Warriors take on the Trailblazers tonight in Game 2. Paula Ferris is here with more. And Paula, Steph sat down. He talked about this little thing we're calling the on-court sibling rivalry.
Yeah, and he has a special message for his mother, too. Good morning, everyone. It's the
Bringing
first
mama
time,
into
yeah.
it. Okay.
It's the first time in NBA history that brothers have faced off in the conference finals. A family is torn, a family is nervous, and Steph is calling out his mom.
First brothers to face off against each other in a conference final.
It's Steph versus Seth. Tight-knit brothers, both fierce competitors, and Steph telling ESPN's Rachel Nichols this playoff matchup hasn't been easy.
So when he's running down the court and launches a shot, what are you thinking? I hope it goes in. I hope it doesn't go in. Where's your brain at?
Like when I was guarding him yesterday, he had a corner three in front of our bench, and it's such a mixed feel. Like I can't really turn it off, to be honest. I really is like, all right, I'll be okay if he makes this one.
Rooting for their sons, Dad Dell and Mom Sonia.
All I see is like straight Portland across the jersey, and I'm just confused. Right. It's like really surreal type of moment. So I yelled up something to her.
What'd you say?
I was like, "Who you with? Who you with?"
The sibling rivalry has been brewing for years, as Seth discusses in a new episode of the exclusive Facebook Watch series, Stephen versus the Game, released today.
I had that competitive drive to be as good as him, to beat him and everything. So that's what drove me every day. I got up to try to beat him.
Now, Steph says that it is weird playing against his brother. He can't turn off the desire to cheer for his brother, even though it may hurt his team if he plays well. So a lot of complicated emotions, but you got to feel for Mom and Dad. I mean, is there really a winner? Is there a
Serena
loser?
and Venus's family, because they've had to deal with that too, right?
I like that little therapy.
I think they're going to be okay either way.
But I feel bad for Steph because he realizes it's just a game. When the game is over, he still got to deal with his mama, so he better not call her out anymore.
His mom didn't hear him say who you with during the game, so he told her afterwards. She was wearing that
What was
Portland
her
jersey.
answer?
Both of you. Both of my sons.
All right, Paula, thank you so much. And be sure to tune into ESPN tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Warriors and the Trailblazers.
That is coming up. We're also following a lot of other stories this morning, including a rescue in Kentucky. 22-month-old boy, you see him right there, was lost for days in the woods, dehydrated a bit, but okay. And the rescue crew is going to join us live next on GMA.
And then that missing woman mystery, the brand new surveillance images coming in this morning of that yoga instructor who disappeared in Maui, what her boyfriend is saying this morning. But first, let's go back to Ginger.
And we often tell you about flash flooding, and then you see the pictures, and then flooding days after we don't get to show you. Well, watch this video. This is what can happen. That is Dunlap Lake in Texas. This is between San Antonio and Austin, and there's the dam collapsing. The spillway collapsed there. Fortunately, nobody was hurt by that. They warned everybody downstream. And there's more rain coming, but most of it's going to fall north of that area, right through Oklahoma and eastern Kansas. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the rainy cities, sponsored by Walgreens.
Right now, when you buy Red Nose at Walgreens, you can help a child live a healthier life. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
Turning up the heat, not so much today, but by the time we get to the weekend, looking at our first 90-degree day. Now, today is going to be comfortable, so make plans to get outdoors. 75 to 80 degrees, low humidity, a nice northwesterly light breeze coming through the area. Tomorrow, 83. There could be an isolated chance of a thunderstorm, as well as Saturday and Sunday, but 90 on Sunday, feeling more like about 93 to 95 parts of the area. And then next week, Monday, 85, also a slight chance of a thunderstorm.
I've been lucky enough to see a lot of weather phenomenon, but this is still my atmospheric unicorn.
Beautiful.
How beautiful in northern Michigan. The Northern Lights, of course.
Gorgeous. Thanks, Ginger. We'll be right back.
Humira patients, you inspire us. The way you triumph over adversity, and live your lives. That's why we redesigned Humira. We wanted to make the experience better for you,